So there's no way this stuff is going to be ready to reap for ages, and I don't think spraying it's going to make much of a bloody difference, except for maybe the regrowth. Bloody hell. Regrowth? That might be a worry. I'll bugger if I know. Just trying to work out whether it's time to get the plane in. So obviously, as you would have seen in that previous clip, we've delivered our chemicals. See, look here, I mean this stuff, that has definitely changed colour. Definitely ready by far. But then probably you go somewhere else like some of these lower ones. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's changed too. It's probably ready. Probably is. Bloody, I mean, it's hard. Who knows? You look. We've taken a few mid stems of a greener one and one that's sort of on the bit on the turn, but they're probably on the less advanced side of the crop, and even there, I reckon we're 50% change of colour, perhaps, to the level that they recommend. So I reckon it's probably ready to spray according to that. As green as it sort of looks, it should be okay. So I don't know what else you're going to do. Tell you what though, I'm glad we got harvest. That would take a long while to rub a whole crop out like that. Not the most time efficient job. Alrighty, we better just had to check the oil beforehand. There's oil there, but we're gonna. Jeez, it's so dark. Anyway, we're gonna give it a run. Warm up the oil. Change the oil, then we can drain. Fix that bloody sight gauge, which always leaks. Hey, look at that. We've still got a few jobs to do before harvest, but it's about a week to go. At least a week or 10 days, I reckon. At least that. Even got a bit of barley in the truck we got to get out, so it's all in front of us, baby. All in front of us. Tap I always forget about, so we'll remember it this time. They always set it going like, why is it not running? Because of the tap under the sump here. There it goes, now it's running. We did go for that one first. That was a brain dead moment, a blonde moment if you were. I wonder if you're allowed to say that anymore. Well, I guess I was blonde, so there's that.
Hello.
Yes, Kinder. Kate, Claude.
And I'm lying down.
Yes, you are. Who'd have thought 15th of November and it's like winter here. Cold, windy, damp, and still about a week or 10 days away from harvest, so we better get ready though. It's going to come eventually. Of course, the moment this took away, it stood to reason that it'd start just heading over the edge and dribble a little bit on the floor. You prick. We got enough to start it and at least fill the filter up, and then we can. Then we're going to drain that. I've got to drain that below the sight gauge and let that sort of dry out a little bit, and then we can work at that tomorrow as well, because it just needs another new O-ring and more sealant, and that'll stop it leaking for, you know, a month or so that we're reaping, and then it'll leak again during the off season. Brum brum. Ducks on the pond, eh? There's another roll. It won't drive through there. I'll get rid of this one. Alrighty. Yeah, will we have to spray it? Don't know. Yeah, so taking the ute to the get its annual or biannual checkup. I usually do the services, but it doesn't hurt to have someone have a professional over it every now and then. Better clean it out. Don't want to blame the children, but my God, there was a lot of stuff under the seats. Also, probably not a bad time to give the outsider just a quick wash down. You ready to go, are you?
Ooh, I want to build a tree.
Kitchen trimmings manifest. That's what we're doing. There we go. Don't know whether you can see it. Getting too close. Don't really want to get too close then the spraying Roundup. There we go. And one more round. There he comes down. Spins through. Over the power line. Nice. Out of their way before we get sprayed, I think. Alright, away we go. It's picked up. That's the end of that spray. Get home. Windy and wet. Just what you don't want. All of the planes. 3 of them today. A little unconventional to crank up at about about 10:15 in the evening to finish cleaning the baler up and go and do another job, but that's just the way it's working because it's going to be wet tomorrow. I've got some rubbish to take away, so guess I better do it because it's clean, packed away in here now. So for now, anyway. Look at that floor. This usually is pretty clean, but these heavy rains we've been getting, it's getting bloody washed out all the time. So it's going to need a bit of a rejigging, especially outside. So the cone trailer obviously will come out very soon. Should be out already, but that's just the way it goes, I suppose. Alright, on with the rest of this job. Nothing like a bit of night rubbish. Oh well. Something a bit different of this tractor with not hay forks but still pallet forks, so you can do the job. But yeah, this is the one that was out, so yeah, and they need a roll of hay, at least one today. 2 would be better. It's been raining all day again. Not a lot of rain in it, but yeah, enough to keep it wet. Ah well, it'll stop one day. And this is the very last of the last year's hay. Very last roll. So after that, all new ones. Alrighty fellas, eat up. Isn't that a sight on a very cold November night? Cold, well, I think the rain's cleared finally, so wow. That's the other fuel tank for the truck. Excursion back to Scania. V8 770 in the corner. Oh, probably a nice truck.